It's upcoming.
Oh, I know when I hit that. So that means it wasn't all the way in. The screws.
Yeah, it was.
And when I hit it, it actually just popped out all the way.
Yeah.
They needed to be tight.
The eyes closing smoothly.
Oh, it was smooth?
You got the, it's closed now.
Oh, okay.
It's that little tar stuff just build up over time.
Yeah. I don't know what that tar is.
Florida heat.
Yeah. But I'm saying I don't know where it comes from.
What is it? I don't know either.
Yeah.
You do every now and then.
I actually need to change out the wall thing.
Yep. Oh.
All right. Good afternoon, sisters and brothers. Let's get back into this Matthew chapter 26 and verse 57. Before we go there, sisters and brothers, let us turn to Matthew 26 and verse 34 and 35. We're going to turn to verse 34 and 35 of Matthew 26. Because, sisters and brothers, we got to remember what Jesus told Peter. And why Peter reacted the way he reacted when Jesus said to him, "You're going to deny me thrice." We're going to read why Peter reacted the way he reacted, as well as the disciples. Okay, let's go back a little to Matthew 26, verse 34 and 35, and let us remember what Jesus told Peter. Matthew 26, 34 and 35. Go ahead and read.
Matthew chapter 26, verse 34 says, Jesus said unto him, Verily I say unto thee, that this night before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me thrice.
He said this night, and this is the 13th night, sisters and brothers. 13th night. It's not Passover. It was not Passover. The ritual of Passover, it was not Passover. Jesus desired to eat the Passover with him, but he knew he would not. So he had a supper, or as some people call it, the Last Supper with his disciples. Because, sisters and brothers, on the 14th day, he would be the Passover lamb. Just when all the other lambs would be slaughtered, Jesus would be slaughtered, sisters and brothers. He would be murdered. He would be killed for the sins of his people, Israel. Okay, and let's look at that real quick. Because when we say he died for the sins of Israel, sisters and brothers, we're not saying it. The Bible is saying it. Matthew's let's go all the way back to the front of the book. Matthew's chapter 1. Matthew's 1 and verse 21. Go ahead and read that.
And it reads, and she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins.
He's going to save his people, sister and brother, from their sins. Now, that's what the book says. You can argue with the book if you like. That's up to you. But I believe the book. Let's go back to Matthew 26, verse 34 and 35. Let's read that again. 34.
Jesus said unto him, verily I say unto thee, that this night before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me thrice.
That's right. You're going to deny me thrice before the cock crow, verse 35.
Peter said unto him, though I should die with thee, yet will I not deny thee. Likewise also said all the disciples.
That's right. He said, though I should die with thee, yet will I not deny thee. Because Peter understood what Jesus was saying. I will not deny thee. And sister and brother, it was such a serious matter that even the other disciples spoke up and likewise said all the disciples. Now let's go back to Matthew's chapter 10. And let's look at why they were so shook up. Why Peter and the disciples were so shook up about what Jesus said concerning denying him. Matthew's chapter 10. Matthew's chapter 10. Matthew's chapter 10 and verse 28. It's in the chat. Verse 28. Go ahead.
Matthews 10 and 28 says, and fear not them which kill the body.
And sisters and brothers, that's what led Peter to deny the Lord. Because he feared being killed by these multitudes of Israelites. Now, see, when he was with Jesus and the other disciples, hey, he could talk that big talk. But when he's seen all of this, these multitudes of men come out to get him, sisters and brothers, then naturally they were shook up. Because the Bible say they forsook him and fled. And then later on, Peter gonna come back and follow after the Messiah after he is arrested. And that same spirit of fear gonna be on him, sister and brother, and gonna lead him to deny the Lord. That's right, Sister Judy. The fear of the crowd. Yes. Verse 28, read it from the top.
Okay. And fear not them which kill the body.
He say, don't fear them that can kill your body. And trust me, sister and brother, don't nobody want to get beat side the head. Don't nobody want to get thrown in a cold jail cell. You don't want to be tortured. You don't want to be killed. But sisters and brothers, in these last days, the enemy is gathering steam to create this world government. And it shall come to pass, sister and brother. Everything that's written in this book is going to come to pass. You can count on it. But Jesus is telling you when the time comes, when you tell Babylon way to go, when you tell them to take their Babylonian system, their one world government, and you tell them to shove it, they're going to want to eliminate you, sisters and brothers. Matter of fact, I know I'm going some different places, sisters and brothers, but y'all just bear with me. Let's go to Revelation so you understand. They going to do this, sisters and brothers. If you ain't with them, you against them. And they going to do some hurt to you. Let's go to Revelation 13. We're going to take a look at this world government. You got the 10 in the first part of verse 13. They are the seventh. They are the seventh kingdom. And then you go over here and John say, I saw another beast in verse 11. Sisters and brothers, that's that world government. That's that world government. And this is what they're going to say. Let's skip down to Revelation 13 and verse 14, because they're going to deceive the people. The people who receive this one world government and that participate, those are the people they're going to use to eliminate you. Verse 14, go ahead and read.
And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth.
That's right. Satan going to use these people to deceive the whole earth, sisters and brothers, except his elect. Go ahead and read.
Okay, let me start. And
just started from the top.
Okay, Revelations 13:14.
And
deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. Saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. That's right. They had a wound by a sword and did live. Verse 15. Verse 15.
Watch this.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
That's right. If you don't participate, sisters and brothers, they're going to order you to be killed. Keep reading.
Okay. And it says, and he causeth all.
That's all, sisters and brothers, no matter how much money you got or how much money you don't got. Whether you black, whether you green, purple, pink, it don't matter. He causes all. Go ahead.
Both small and great.
Yes.
Rich and poor.
That's right. The rich men, hey, they got to play ball too. Go ahead.
Free and bond.
Yes.
To receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
Verse 17.
And that no man might buy or sell,
You ain't going to be able to buy or sell,
save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
they're going to cut you off, and eventually they're going to get an order to murder you, sister and brother. Let's go back to Matthew 10. So don't let that spirit of fear get on you, because that spirit of fear going to jump on Peter, and it's going to make him deny the Lord. Yeah, we're going back to Matthew 10, verse 28.
Let me put everything up.
Okay, I think you had it up before.
Yeah.
That's good. Matthew's, we about to read Matthew's 10, 28 through 36. Go ahead and read.
Let me start verse 28 again.
28, yes.
Okay. And fear not them which kill the body,
All they can do is kill your body. Go ahead.
but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him that is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
And that's the Most High. Verse 29.
Are not two sparrows sold for a farthing?
Yes.
And one of them shall not fall to the ground without your Father?
Y'all understand that, sister and brother? Our Father is in full control. If a bird falls out the sky, it's because he commanded it, sister and brother. If the people call for your death and put you to death, it's because the Father wanted to be glorified through your death. The Father is in full control, sister and brother. I hope y'all understand this. Go ahead and read.
Verse 30. But the very hairs of your head are all numbered.
That's right.
Fear not. Fear ye not, therefore. Ye are more value than many sparrows.
That's right. Don't fear. Go ahead. 32.
Whosoever, therefore, shall confess me before men.
Here we go, right here. Therefore, it said, whosoever therefore shall confess me before men. Go ahead.
Him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven.
He say, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. But you got to confess him. You can't deny him to save your lives, sisters and brothers. But if you give up your life, you're going to find life. Life in the presence of the Father and the Son. That's real living. That's real life. Not this life you living in Babylon. This is not living, sister and brother. Living in Babylon is torture. Can we turn the other one?
Yes.
Don't seek to save your life, sister and brother. Give up your life, lose your life, die if need be, for the Father and the Son. What verse we on?
We are on verse 33.
33, go ahead.
But whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven.
Now, this is why Peter them reacted the way they reacted, sister and brother. This is why, because Peter them remember this conversation. The disciples, they remembered this conversation with Jesus. You confess me before men, I'm going to confess you before my Father and the angel. But if you deny me before men, then I will also deny you before my Father, which is in heaven. I never knew you. Depart from me, you worker of iniquity. And sister and brother, we got to understand that all of the stuff the prophets wrote about is being fulfilled in from Matthew's to Revelation. And we supposed to read the prophets and gain understanding. We supposed to read this testimony concerning Jesus, and we supposed to learn. People read this book, sisters and brothers, and they try to act like the book talking about them instead of the prophet and the apostles and Jesus. No, this is talking about our ancestors, sisters and brothers. And I hope everybody understand this. I really, really do. And I know how preachers taught you. They say it's talking about you. No, it's talking about the prophets and our ancestors in the Old Testament. And the new book is talking about the apostles and our ancestors. I really hope y'all understand this, sisters and brothers. Do everybody understand? Yes or no? Is this thing moving or is it off?
No, it's supposed to be on.
Let me turn it on the, I always forget to do that. I don't think it's on. Okay, well, let's continue on.
Okay.
What verse we left off?
Verse 33.
Verse 33.
So now we're on 34.
Okay, now 34. Go ahead.
Think not that I am come to send peace on earth.
Hey, the Lord ain't come to bring peace on the earth, sister and brother, but what?
I came not to send peace, but a sword.
But a sword.
Verse 35.
The doctrine of Christ is going to divide people, sister and brother. And you got brothers who get mad because they want to put themselves under the law. Claim they so zealous of the law. Sister and brother, once you break the law, you are done. There's nothing for you but wrath now. You are under death. You are on death row. I don't understand why people don't understand that. Why don't they understand this? They want to claim they so zealous of the law. And most of them, sister and brother, I won't say all, but most of them don't live nothing. Yours ain't going either.
It said,
What it
it
said?
says message not working. Something YouTube done to it, Sister Judy.
Okay, message not working. Okay. Sister Judy say message not working.
Yeah, it won't let me pin or anything.
So that must be YouTube.
Yeah, it says something about a resource or something.
Yeah, that's probably YouTube.
Yeah.
They only mess with the people that's teaching the word of God.
Mm-hmm.
When you don't move in the way of Babylon, hey, they try to punish you.
Mm-hmm.
When you don't move the ways of Babylon.
That's right.
But that's okay, sister and brother. We're going to keep it moving. But we got to understand this, sister and brother. Okay, well, let's just leave it. What he said, I did not come to bring peace, but what? A sword. So there's going to always be a division between the seed of Christ and the seed of the devil. Oh, yeah. Sister Judy on there.
Yeah, but you can't post. You just probably.
Okay. James Jr., he said can't text.
See, Zahara's trying to post the case.
Hers won't come through either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shakitha, same thing. Bernadette can't.
Yeah,
Happy.
I can't either. I'll try to do this.
I think that's YouTube.
Yeah. Okay, it just let me do it. It might be back on now, y'all.
Y'all try it now. Is it back on now? It let you?
Yes. Because it was giving me an error message at first.
Okay, they say it's back up now.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. It's back up. Put a 5 in the chat, sister and brother, to let me know y'all back. Put a 5 in the chat. Oh, okay, I see 5's up now, so I guess it's good now. Okay.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's back on. That stuff YouTube control, y'all.
Okay, we don't control that. That's YouTube. Okay. But that's what we got, sister and brother. There's a war going on between the seed of Christ and the seed of the devil. Verse 35, go ahead.
For I am come to set a man at variance against his father.
Against his father.
And the daughter against her mother.
Uh-huh.
And the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law.
That's right. See, this truth of Christ, sister, brother, Christ and his truth, it's done divided the people. It's done divided the people, sister and brother. Now, let me ask y'all a question. Is this verse 35 talking about the daughter going to be against the mother against the daughter, all of this? Is this talking about us, sister and brother, or is it talking about in the days of the apostles? Us or them? That's right, Shakitha. Thank you. Thank you, Darren. That's right. In the days of the apostles, it's not talking about us. See, the preachers done taught this like it's talking about us. No, it was talking about them. That's why he say you built up on the foundation of the prophets and the apostles, because we reading the law. We reading about Jesus. And we learning from them, sister and brother. We learn what they learned under the law. And we learn what happened to them because they broke the law. And then we learned about Jesus coming and paying the price for their sins. And we, their children, we learn about the law. We learn about Jesus. We accept Jesus. And we get our sins forgiven. And we get life. But the book, sister and brother, is about them. If you don't read it that way, you're not going to understand it. If you don't read it that way, you're not going to understand it, because it's not talking about you. It's talking about them. This is why Peter was afraid to confess Jesus when they asked him. Oh, you were with that? You were with Jesus, wasn't you? You were with him, wasn't you? No, I wasn't with. See, because sister and brother, they was divided. Some held to the law, and others understood that Jesus was the fulfillment of the law. They accepted Jesus. Some didn't, some did. There was a war going on. I hope y'all understand this. All of this book is talking about them. But your preacher done made it about us. No. It's about them. And that's how you need to read it in order to understand it. That's right, Rufus 62. For our learning. It ain't about us, but it's for our learning. And this book also talks about, God also talk about in this book to our ancestors, how he gonna come in the last, at the end and rescue their children and bring them back to the land. That's talking about us, but he's not talking to us, he's talking to our ancestors. I'm gonna bring your children back to this land. Okay. Matthew's 10, what verse?
Verse 36.
Verse 36, go ahead.
And a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
And a man's foes in that day should be the people of his own household, sister and brother. They was divided over Jesus. They wasn't divided about the law, sister and brother. They was divided about Jesus. I'm trying to paint you a picture, sister and brother, of what it was like in that day. You in the house with your mama and y'all divided about Jesus. You come in the house telling your mama, you need to really take a look at this man, Jesus. He is the one that the prophet spoke of. Hey, the mama leave out the house and go turn her in to the leaders of Israel. The son go turn the daddy in to the leaders of Israel for believing in Jesus. This is why when they fronted Peter, he said, I don't know the man. And sisters and brothers, I want you to know, in these last days, the same thing gonna happen. That's why God say, I want y'all to learn from them. Because there's nothing new up under the sun. What happened in their day gonna happen again at the end with us. You already see everything is beginning to, hey, you see the division today. And what brought about the division between family members, friends? This right here, sister and brother. That looked like it was
Yeah, it's kind of slowness too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's right. Thank you, Bernadette. The handwriting is on the wall. That's right. Everybody taking up sides right now. Some people rolling with Jesus, and we got others of our families, our family member. Hey, they siding with Babylon. The line is being drawn in the sand, sister and brother. That's right, Brother Darren. Choose you this day. That's right. This is why Jesus told us to read the law and the testimony about Jesus, so we can learn from what happened in their day, what's going to happen in our day. What verse? That was it on that? Oh, okay, let's go back to Matthew 26. I just wanted to kind of touch on that to let you know why Peter was scared. Why that spirit of fear that got on him? Because, sister and brother, Israel was divided. Daddy, mom and dad against the children against the mom and dad. Everybody divided. Uncles and aunties divided. Different religious leaders in Israel, they was divided. And what divided them, sister and brother? Jesus. He say the sword, but the sword is the word of God. And the law, which is the word of God, it pointed to Jesus. Some people didn't want to accept that, sister and brother. All right, let's go back to 26. Matthew 26, verse 57. All right. I want to put that to let y'all know, sister and brother. The Israelites who didn't believe in Jesus, they was persecuting the Israelites that believed in Jesus. They was delivering them up to what, sister and brother? To be put to death. Matthew 26 and verse 57. Go ahead and read.
And it reads, and they that had laid hold on Jesus led him away to Caiaphas, the high priest, where the scribes and the elders were assembled.
Where the scribes and the elders were assembled. Y'all ever heard of the synagogue of Satan? Yes or no? Have y'all ever heard of the synagogue of Satan in the Bible? That's right, sister and brother. Where you think they taking Jesus? I know what your pastor told you. The synagogue of Satan is the fake Jews. No. This whole book about Israel. I know it make you feel good to pull out Revelation 2:9-3:9 on the fake Jew, but it ain't talking about them. Where do you think they taking Jesus? To the synagogue of Satan, sister and brother. Why you think Peter got that spirit of fear on him? He's in the synagogue of Satan. What has taken away the peace in the nation? People are divided about Jesus. Is he the Son of God or not? And it would be this very question, sister and brother, that would blaze a trail throughout the whole earth, wherever Israel was and the apostles preaching. The unbelieving Jews was right there to withstand them. Come on, somebody. I'm trying to give you the truth here. But don't nobody want to accept the truth. This is the synagogue of Satan, sister and brother. The high priest, the scribes, the elders were all assembled. This is the synagogue of Satan, the seed of the devil. Israelites in the flesh, but children of the devil spiritually, sister and brother. Verse 58. Go ahead and read, baby.
Okay. Matthew 26, verse 58 says, but Peter followed him afar off unto the high priest's palace.
That's right.
And went in and sat with the servants to see the end.
That's right. He wanted to watch this trial. He wanted to see what's going to happen to Jesus. So he got close enough where he could watch. And see, it's something about our people, sisters and brothers. They don't like truth. Verse 59.
Now the chief.
You're going to read the Bible and make it all about you. How many times the Bible going to tell you we are not under the law, but under the Spirit? And that Spirit is Christ, sisters and brothers. Believe in him. Well, what about that law, brother? The whole law is love, sisters and brothers. When you love, you are fulfilling the law. Why can't we understand it? Do we throw out the law from Genesis to Malachi? Why would we throw it out when Christ told us to go and read it and learn? That's why we still teach the law over here. Because we read it and we learning. You don't throw away the law. The law is for our learning. But if you want your sins forgiven, you got to come to the Spirit. And the Bible say the Lord is that Spirit. And the Spirit told you, you got a work to do, and that is the love. That is the fulfillment of the law. When you walking in love, you are fulfilling the law. You don't need no checkoff sheet. What verse?
Verse 59.
See, I give Brother Reggie saying, you know, you can eat that pork. Did Jesus eat pork? Peter told you this after Jesus left. This is after Jesus left. Peter say, ain't no abominable foods ever came in my mouth. Come on, somebody. What we telling you about here is what saved you versus your duty. What we talking about is not your duty, but what saves you. And that's Christ, sister and brother. And that's what the apostles preach. Christ and nothing saves you. But then after you get saved, you got a duty to your master to get things done. I know we don't understand that. You know our people, they hear to talk. They never listen. They never marinate on what's said. The first thing they hear is the first thing come out their mouth. And this is the problem, sister and brother. It's because they don't listen. You know how many brothers that wrote me and say, can you, why didn't you say such and such? I said that 4 times in the video. They don't listen. But I bet you they listen to that heathen. He tell them to come in this time, that time. They hear everything that heathen say. And they be right there when he say. Come on, somebody. That's right. Christ said he didn't come to do away with, but fulfill it. That's correct. The whole law is about Christ. The whole law is about Christ. We go and we learn from the law, sister and brother, but we're not under the law. Our ancestors was under the law and they failed God. That's why they came up under the curse. And you got brothers and sisters trying to go back to the law for righteousness, and you are back under the curse. That's where your teachers put you, back under the curse. back under the wrath of God. We are under Christ now. We are under his doctrine. We learn from the law, but we under Christ and his doctrine now, sisters and brothers. What don't we understand about that? Moses say you can divorce your wife for any cause. Christ came and say, get that out of him. You can only divorce your wife for fornication. Who you gonna listen to, Moses or Christ? Somebody put it in the chat. I want to see this. This gonna be fun here. And you might have one that's real slick. Well, Christ gave Moses the law. That ain't what I'm saying. The law say you can divorce your wife for any cause. Christ say you can't, only for fornication. Now, which one you believe, Moses or Christ? Let me say it another way. The law or Christ? Moses wrote that law. He wrote that law and put it in the law. And when Christ came, he said, Moses say, don't murder your brother. But Christ say, if you angry with your brother without a cause, you in danger of the judgment. Which one you believe, sister and brother, Christ or Moses? And ain't nothing wrong with what Moses said. What we trying to show you is Christ came and explained it all to us. Because you got some people who still want to go run under the law. I'm coming. You got some people, they say one thing with Christ, but then they go run over the law. When you under the law, sister and brother, you under the curse. You under wrath. You have forfeited Christ. Let's go and look at this over here real quick. Galatians. We almost there. We're going to read it out. We ain't going to stay all day. We're going to just read it out. Let's go to Galatians. If I could find it. We learn from the law, sister and brother, but we're not under the law. Our ancestors was, not us. Which one I'm looking for? Let me see which one it is. Let's read Galatians 5. Galatians 5, 1 through 4. You got to decide, are you under the law? Or are you under Christ? We learn from the law, but we're not under the law. Galatians 5, verse 1 through 4. Go ahead.
Stand fast, therefore, in the liberty wherewith Christ hath made us free.
Who made us free? Christ, sisters and brothers. Go ahead.
And be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage.
Going all the way back to the law, sisters and brothers. It's because you broke it. When you broke the law, you was in the yoke of bondage. Go ahead, verse 2.
Behold, I, Paul, say unto you, that if you be circumcised,
like these preachers preach, go ahead,
Christ shall profit you nothing.
Then Christ ain't gonna profit you nothing. You got brothers standing in the pulpit talking about Paul hijacked the apostles and refused the circumcision of the Gentile. He talking all kind of trash about Paul and the apostles. If you pushing for circumcision, mister, then Christ will profit you nothing. Go ahead and read. Circumcision is the law, sisters and brothers. Go ahead.
Verse 3.
Yes.
For I testify again to every man that is circumcised.
And I'm going to testify to all y'all that's pushing circumcision from the law. Go ahead.
That he is a debtor to do the whole law.
Don't just holler about circumcision, mister. You got to do the whole law. Put your fringes on that you kick again. All of that. You got to do it all. And you can't make not one mistake. If you do, you are done. Is anybody listening? Yes or no? Is anybody listening? See, they want to pull stuff out the law that they like. No, buddy, you got to do all the law. If you under it, you got to do all of it, the whole law. See, they don't like to read this. See, that's why they don't like Paul, sister and brother, because Paul is clear. That's right, Zahar. They want to push circumcision, but he want to kick against the fringes. All of that is a part of the law, mister. Put your fringes on. Bring your sacrifice to the priest. Bring your first fruits to the priest. All of that is a part of the law. You got to do it all, buddy. All right, let's hurry. What's verse 4? Watch this.
Verse 4.
You are indebted to do the whole law. If you can't keep the whole law, then stop talking about the law. You got to do the whole law, verse 4.
Christ is become of no effect unto you.
Christ ain't for you, Mr. Preacher. Go ahead.
Whosoever of you are justified by the law.
If you are justified by the law, Christ ain't for you. Go ahead.
Ye are fallen from grace.
You've fallen from grace. Sister and brother, somebody put on the chat, how was Noah saved? Was it through the law or through grace? Come on, somebody. And again, sister and brother, I'm not getting on the elders. All I'm saying is I'm attacking the doctrine, not the elders. Okay? That's right. Grace and faith through grace. That's how he was saved. That's how all of us going to be saved. We got a duty, yes. And we do the duty to the best of our ability. And the Lord going to grade us on how well we do our duty. But we going to be saved by faith through grace, sister and brother. Even God told you Abraham did some great work and he can boast to some men, but not before God. So what saved Abraham, sister and brother? His faith. And then Paul posed the question, did he have faith after circumcision or before circumcision? Before circumcision. And God declared him righteous before he cut his member. I'm going to leave that alone. Let's go back to Matthew. Let's get some of this read so we can cut it. I don't went a little further today. 59. Okay, Matthew 26 and 59. Come on, somebody. They law you to death. If you can't do all of it, hey, you ain't under it. Yes, we go back to the law and we do Genesis. We do Ezekiel. We do Leviticus, Deuteronomy. We do Isaiah. Because we learn it just like the Lord told us. Go back to the prophet, read it, and learn. But we're not under the law, sister and brother. We under Christ. Verse 59, go ahead.
Matthew 26:59 says, now the chief priests and elders and all the council sought false witness against Jesus to put him to death.
These are law keepers. Breaking the law to try to murder their own brother who they know innocent. Verse 60, go ahead.
But found none.
But they found none because they was all liars. Go ahead.
Yea, though many false witnesses came, yet found they none.
Uh-huh.
At the last came 2 false witnesses and said, this fellow said, I am able to destroy the temple of God and to build it in 3 days.
Sister and brother, did Jesus say that? Yes or no? Read that good now. Did Jesus say that? Yes or no? That's right. No, Jesus did not say that. Jesus did not say he was going to destroy the temple. He said, you destroy this temple, meaning his body. And I'm going to raise it up it's going to be raised up on the 3rd day. The answer is no. Jesus did not say that. So these guys lying. Let me see, can I find what Jesus said? If I could find it, I'll read it for y'all. You see it?
John 2:19.
Okay, John 2 and 19. Let's see what Jesus really said. Right. John 2 and verse 19. Go ahead and read. Let's see what Jesus really said. Go ahead.
Jesus answered and said unto them, destroy this temple.
Jesus say, y'all destroy this temple. Go ahead.
And in 3 days, I will raise it up.
He said, in 3 days, I'll raise it up. Talking about his body, sister and brother, not the temple of God. So these brothers lying. False witnesses. And you know what the Bible say do to them. Matthew 26. What verse we on now?
We are verse 61.
Verse 61, go ahead.
And said, no, 62.
62, okay, go ahead.
And the high priest arose and said unto him, answerest thou nothing? What is it which these witnesses against thee?
Verse 63.
And Jesus held his peace.
He held his peace. Sister and brother, when you talking to people who already got it in their heart to murder you, hey, don't waste your time talking to them. But Jesus held his peace. Go ahead.
And the high priest answered and said unto him, I adjure thee by the living God, that thou tell us whether thou be the Christ, the Son of God.
Verse 64, what he said?
Jesus said unto him,
yes,
thou hast said. Nevertheless, I say unto you,
He say, you called me that. Go ahead.
hereafter shall you see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of power and coming in the clouds of heaven.
Verse 65.
Then the high priest rent his clothes, saying, He has spoken blasphemy. What further need have we of witnesses? Behold, now you have heard his blasphemy.
Now, sister and brother, understand Christ is making his second coming, but he also gonna come back in the form of these Roman soldiers who gonna take them all out, sister and brother. The judgment of God gonna fall on them in 70 AD. Verse 66.
Yes.
You can go ahead.
Okay. Verse 66. What think ye? They answered and said, He is guilty of death.
See, they already had it in their heart, sister and brother. He is guilty of death. We're gonna put him to death. And how they gonna put him to death? By delivering him over to the Romans. Hey, we didn't kill him, the Romans killed him. But you delivered him over, sucker. This is how these law keepers get down, sister and brother. What verse?
Verse 67.
Okay.
Then did they spit in his face.
They spit in his face.
And buffeted him. And others smote him with the palms of their hands.
And when they did that, what they said?
Saying, Prophesy unto us, thou Christ. Who is he that smote thee?
And sister and brothers, don't you worry, because, hey, the Godhead going to send them Romans in. And they going to get them all, sister and brother.
Yep, this is what Peter feared right here.
See, yes, that's right. See, never forget, sister and brother, this is the synagogue of Satan. Look how they treating their own brother. Jesus say, love your enemy among Israel. Do good to them that hate you and despitefully use you among Israel. Pray for them. These are the enemies that Jesus is talking about, sister and brother. This is the synagogue of Satan. And this is what Peter feared, sister and brother. Because he knew how these guys got down. They read the law by day and they was murdering people by night. What verse we on?
Verse 68.
68.
Saying,
verse 69.
69. Now Peter sat without in the palace.
That's right. Peter was outside of the palace. Go ahead.
And a damsel came unto him, saying,
What she said to him?
Thou also was with Jesus of Galilee.
That's right. You was with that Jesus of Galilee. I remember your face. What Peter said.
But he denied before them all, saying, I know not what thou sayest.
You see that, sister, brother? You remember what Peter said, didn't you? He said, if I should die with you, I'll never deny you. That's why I tell Hebrews, when somebody trying to tell you something, listen. Stop talking so much. Somebody trying to tell you something for your own good, and you keep talking. Learn how to be silent, sisters and brothers. Being quiet, being silent, and listening, observing is powerful. Verse 71. Go ahead.
And when he was gone out into the porch, another maid saw him.
And what she said?
And said unto them that were there, This fellow was also with Jesus of Nazareth.
Oh, yeah, I remember this guy here. He was also with Jesus of Nazareth. These all Israelites, sister and brother. Didn't Jesus say they were going to be divided? Going to be divided by the words of Christ. Verse 72, go ahead. What Peter said.
And again, he denied with an oath, I do not know the man.
He say, I do not know the man, sister and brother. I know it hurt Peter to his heart. But Peter knew, sister and brother, how these guys got down. This is the synagogue of Satan, sister and brother.
Mm-hmm.
What verse?
Verse 73.
73, go ahead.
And after a while came unto him they that stood by, and said to Peter,
What they said?
Surely thou also art one of them, for thy speech bewrayeth thee.
That's right. Yeah, we know you from northern Israel. We could tell by the way you talk. Go ahead and read.
Then began he to curse and to swear.
And what he said?
Saying, I know not the man. And immediately the cock crew.
That's right, sisters and brothers. Verse 75.
And Peter remembered the word of Jesus, which said unto him,
What he said?
Before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me thrice.
And what Peter did?
And he went out and wept bitterly.
And sisters and brothers, the Lord prayed for him, and Peter pulled himself together, and he was a great apostle. I'm going to stop right there, sisters and brothers. I hope y'all got some understanding. I thank you for your time. I say peace, Israel, and long live the King.